Welcome to my third video log. This week's video log's on skills and capacities. This is one of my clients. He's had a good history of standard weight room movements, but we've been trying to develop explosive power, so we've been recently introducing Olympic lifting, such as a power clean. This is his second session doing power cleans. The easiest thing to notice with this client is that he uses one pull method with no transition phase. So the bar is constantly accelerating and it's hard for him to catch, so he ends up chasing the bar. You can see and tell this is already a skill issue, as the client has no problem pulling the bar up and has a very good rate of force development and strength. Slowing the video down, you can really see that more of like an upright row type pull to get the bar up before the catch occurs. When comparing it to a better technical model, you can see this athlete gets into a better power position to perform the second pull. You can see my athlete on the left has a greater arm bend in the elbow, when the better technical model on the right, arms are still locked out before the second pull. This athlete also has a lower catch position, so he doesn't need to chase the bar for it to perfectly fit on his shoulder. The last thing I'd like to mention on this movement is that the athlete also has a capacity issue. That's the mobility of his shoulders. When comparing it to the technical model, the elbows are a lot higher compared to my athlete. The second athlete we're going to compare is myself. I've got a bit more background in Olympic lifting, but as you can see from the start position already, I'm lacking the upright position. When comparing it to a better technical model, you can already see there's a lack of thoracic mobility, and the technical model has a lot lower hips. The lack of position in the hips could indicate some mobility issues there too. After a few reps, you can see the lack of mobility of the hips. The movement on the second pull is lacking any real hip extension, and using more of a knee/ankle strategy to move the bar. Looking in slow motion bottom right corner, you can really see the hips aren't driving forward at all. It's really lacking that full extension. Some research has already suggested under certain constraints, movement patterns can change to a more knee or hip strategy to generate the force to get the bar up. To sum up, athlete 2 myself has more of a capability issue. That being said, it's predominantly a mobility issue. There is definitely a restriction in the starting position which affects the movement of the lift, and this movement does not allow the full hip extension. Now we're going to compare the two athletes. Comparing both athletes' skills and capacities, you can see there's very similar and very different strong points and weaknesses in both athletes. The athlete on the left has all-round better capacities. He has good mobility and good strength. If anything, he needs more times to familiar the lift, and over time this will improve. Whereas on the right, I've had more time doing the skill, but lacking thoracic and hip mobility, which affects the hip extension, so the execution of the skill is limited. This limitation can affect when under a greater constraint. From these videos, you can easily see how skills and capacities are linked, they're intertwined, because comparing both videos even, you can see both capacity and skill issues, if it's from mobility to motor skills of learning this exercise. Obtaining a good standard of skills and capacities of an exercise can help achieve mastery of that movement, which can in turn transfer in performance.